Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the ILG tournament. I do believe it is day 4. Yeah, day 4, I believe. First game of the day. Right now we've got Shroom Master JoJo versus Infected Mouse. I'm casting with me. My co-caster alongside me is Vision. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? So, the real caster duo is back. The one that you guys love. And, well, we're already into the bans. Blue team banning out Riven and Zed, whereas purple team banning out Rengar. Rengar noting that he's not been directly, I mean, he has been directly nerfed, but the new jungle really not suiting Rengar, I'd assume. Why do you think that ban came out? Is it a targeted one?
Yeah, well, we do have. First, I'd like to talk about a little bit about this team, Infected Mouse. So, they're kind of a new team put together, put up with a lot of good solo queue players, about an average of gold elo. So, I'm guessing that they've actually done their research and targeting these bans properly. So, yeah, I guess one of the players over on the blue team has played a lot of Rengar games or Akali games. So it could be targeted towards that. Not very sure, but yeah.
Yep, you do have a point there. Purple team having a lot of good solo queue players. And when you look at blue team's bans, Zed and Lucian being quite strong, and Riven perhaps being a targeted ban. Blue team doing their research. Lucian just an all-round bot lane bully, because regardless, he's, like I said, the Kha'Zix of the bot lane. And Blitzcrank being banned out, I guess purple team just don't want to deal with the two not snowbally champions. Blitzcrank doesn't snowball extremely hard, but he helps his team snowball by getting picks. And a lot of teams, a lot of players lack the ability to dodge the Blitzcranky, which is surprising, but alright. Akali, always a threat once she gets going. And blue team opting to pick Vi first pick, and purple team can just counter this with the Morgana, is what I'd expect. What are your thoughts on that Vi first pick? I would have gone something else. What do you think?
Well, I really don't support that Vi first pick because this is patch 4.2.1, and there are better junglers out there. Like Jarvan, I'd say is probably the most strongest jungler out there. Lee Sin comes about second. So yeah, he could have gone if he wanted to go for a strong jungler pick. He could have gone Lee Sin or Jarvan, but I guess it's whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah, and over on the purple team, as you said before, they did counter the Vi pick with the Morgana, and they're probably gonna take the Graves pick. So talking a little bit about that Graves, it is patch 4.2.1, and we have seen. I mean, we do know that Corki is probably the king of all 80 carries at the moment, but we have seen a lot of Graves being picked in this tournament alone. And Graves' statistics, KDA statistics, shown in this tournament are very high. So, how do you think? How do you think that Graves and Morgana matchup is gonna take place down the bot lane, especially against a mediocre CC heavy champ like Vi?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that we don't really know the opposing bot lane matchup yet, but Graves still being what do you call, a very strong pick in the bot lane, perhaps the strongest pick in the bot lane. And Morgana, as you know, Morgana's just she, even though she was nerfed, her CC, her Q is extremely annoying to play against, and more importantly, her Black Shield completely negates the effect of Vi's ult. Completely negates the CC effect of it. The damage still goes through, and we see Thresh and Ryze being picked for blue team. I would be surprised if the Ryze goes through though, because the Ryze top lane has lost its presence due to Lissandra being heavily favored up there. But it could work out since Renekton's also had a resurgence. I would expect purple team to pick maybe a Lissandra or a Rumble into this Ryze, just somebody who can bully out a Ryze maybe, and convert, has gankable, can create a gank up top. Pantheon jungle, that would Pantheon. I've not actually seen a lot of Pantheon games being played except the one, I believe, in the expansion tournament. What do you think about the Pantheon jungle?
Well, yeah, we have seen OG Pantheon in this tournament, and I think I believe it was Distinct that brought out the Pantheon, and yeah, he is very strong in the jungle in the early game at least. I mean, he brings a lot of damage out into the game, but Purple Team hasn't picked that yet. So another thing I'd like to talk about is the Rise pick over on Blue Team. I don't know, we don't know for sure whether that be a top lane Rise or a mid lane Rise because right now he's running Ignite. So that could go for both lanes. If it's top lane, I really wouldn't suggest that because, as you said before, there are better picks. But a mid lane Rise is not that bad, considering you will be given the blue buff and you would be able to charge that tier faster. And you can also go for a more of a squishier Rise build instead of rushing that Frozen Heart or Iceborne Gauntlet. You can go hopefully a Death Cap or something like that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But we do have Ari being
Ari
soloed
being
over on the
locked
blue
in.
team. So that could be a top lane, that could be a mid lane. We don't know for sure, but it all depends upon Paplu's pick. But another interesting pick I'd like to see in this tournament, I mean, in this particular game right now, is the Diana pick. Now, where do you think that champion's gonna go?
Honestly, I would really like to see a Diana top lane pick because, I mean, looking at the mid lane, once she got that ultimate nerf, it really hit her quite hard. But judging by the summoner spell choice, that does look like a mid lane Diana. I think she might actually lose out in the case that Ari gets locked in, and she does get locked in. So this matchup could go pretty much either way, but it's in slight favor of Ari. I would say Jarvan top being hovered over, and another interesting pick that I would really like to talk about is the Misfortune. I've not seen that AD carry in a long, long time. The only
Yeah.
it was only there, when the what was that curse of the sad bullet time crescendo or whatever was really famous when you'd see a Mumu going in and ulting and Sona going in and crescendo using her ult on the entire team, and then you just see Misfortune sitting at the back and ulting. That was more of a season 3 thing. Blue team probably being 2 seasons behind, pretty much in their picks. Because I mean, pretty much that is a standard season 3 composition if you look at it. Thresh, Vi, Rise. Okay, maybe with the slight exception of Rise. No, even Rise being quite heavily favored in the mid lane in season 3. Misfortune and Ari. Whereas in purple team, this the Jarvan top lane is quite strong. Honestly, if he gets rolling and he manages to build damage, he can pretty much what do you call four shot on AD carry, and that too a very Misfortune has no escape. So once she's in Jarvan's ultimate, pretty much has to use her flash to get out, or the Thresh Lantern, which is also an option. If the Thresh is competent, if the bot lane pair is competent enough to make those decisions. Honestly, though, looking at this, I clearly I don't know which team has actually come out with a better comp. On paper, it does look like purple team has a slightly better advantage because Graves has his dash, Morgana has the black shield, Diana can deal with Ari, and Pantheon and Jarvan are just two
User in your channel timed out.
very CC heavy champions, and actually low-key timing out, so I'm gonna have to solo cast this for a while. So well, here we are. I'll talk about the lane matchups for a bit. So bot lane, looking at bot lane.
User joined your channel.
Okay, wait, he's back, I guess. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
back.
my bad.
Yeah,
Small
looking at the
disconnect issue.
bot lane. Looking at the bot lane, we have Graves, Morgana versus Malphite, Misfortune, and Thresh, and I think this should go in favor of purple team, just because once that Morgana Q hits, Misfortune's pretty much screwed, right?
Yeah,
And
pretty much. More Misfortune. I have no idea what the blue team was thinking about picking this comp. First of all, Misfortune is taking barrier, so I guess she's kind of a season behind, and Misfortune doesn't really have the comp to kind of utilize her abilities. Misfortune, like when you play a Misfortune, you want an Orianna, you want a Malphite, you want like you want like 5-man shockwave, and you could just stay at the back and ulti. But in this team, it's right now you have the Vi and you have the Ari. You also have the Rise and Thresh there, so it's kind of like a pick. It's kind of like a chained catching out type of team comp. You really, it really doesn't favor Misfortune at all. I mean, you have the Thresh hook along with the Vi, probably a Rise stun, and then the charm from Ari. Just really CC lock down an opponent, and then you have the Misfortune there, who who really doesn't want to use her ulti just for one person. I mean, she wants to get a good 4 to 5 people within her ulti, but she really can't do that considering the amount of CC blue team has is mostly single target. So, yeah, the misfortune in that team comp is really not looking too favorable. Whereas the purple team, they really have a solid team comp. They've got the Jarvan and Pantheon who can make the front line. Also, Diana, also brings a really good amount of CC if she can land her E onto a few people. And then you just have Graves, which is a very bursty AD carry. All he just needs to be doing is auto attacking and probably hit his ulti, and if anytime it's up, and he'd be getting about triple kills or quadra kills or so. So purple team's team comp is far highly better. I mean, I really like to see how blue team can play, or if they're gonna survive. I'd like to see how they do it because like I said earlier, blue team is mostly about that single target chained lockdown type of comp, whereas purple team is like actually has the team fighting comp. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh wow, actually, okay, yeah. Yeah, you do have the point. Purple team, I'd actually see, Diana going in and trying to get the E, and Jarvan just locking up multiple targets in the Cataclysm, and then, you'd see Graves going in, dashing in, and using his ult in Q to, burst down. And, the thing is, Purple team has the tools to keep, multiple members of Blue team in a small area, where, with the Morgana ult and Jarvan ult, and Pantheon's ult is pretty much, just go in, sort of a signal to the team. So yep, purple team, clearly edging out blue team in, in terms of team composition, in terms of lane matchups as well, I'd wager. But the most interesting matchup for me is in the mid lane, when you're seeing Diana and Ahri face off. Who do you think is going to come ahead in that matchup?
Well, Diana Ahri. So Ahri, of course, has the advantage in this case because she is a ranged champion. She can poke more, and she's also a major skill shot champion. So if those skill shots do hit, then it's gonna heavily go in her favor. If it doesn't hit, then we're gonna be having a lot of problems there. So yeah, but I guess level 6, Diana would win if they probably had a duel at level 6. So. Yeah, it's kind of a skilled matchup. I'd like to say.
Yeah, yep. I would wager it's a skill matchup as well. If it comes down to only skill, I think Litex would win that lane. Over Paplu. But you get benefit of the doubt to Ari if she can land her charm and get unload a lot of damage onto Diana. And well, pretty much, I don't really know. I think blue team's pick and ban could have been much better, more well thought out, rather than, Thresh first pick would have been much better than a Vi first pick. And then you could force the opponent into picking a bot lane, or at least showing their jungler, which in case, you could try and maneuver around that. But, blue team opting to show their Vi and then just getting, outpicked because of the Morgana. And we don't see an exhaust out of purple team. I mean, the Ahri, if she gets going, Ahri and Rise, both, if they get going, it could be scary. Ahri, Rise, and Vi as well, if, she also gets going. Pretty much, go in, and I think in case that they do get going, this... the lack of exhaust can, bite purple team in the back, and well, but that is only in the case that they do get behind. That's what we're expecting pretty much. So, okay, so now back to you. What do you think about the jungler matchup? We've seen this before, and we've seen Jarvan beating out. The jungle matchup. Actually, we've not seen this before. I was under the impression that. That Jarvan was the jungler. So Vi versus Pantheon, who do you think this is in favor of?
I think it's gonna be favoring Pantheon most likely because Pantheon, I believe, is just a stronger jungler in this case, and he has most of the dual potency. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pantheon on this, but we'll see how this goes. Both junglers have very good gank potency, and yeah, so. At level 6 also, I do believe that Pantheon's ult is more of a global presence, so he's going to be looking at doing those bot lane or top lane engages where, as we know, Vi is mostly a single target engage with her ulti, so we'll see how both of these junglers do play, but in the late game, I do believe Vi is going to out damage Pantheon and out tank Pantheon.
Well, looking at now that we're in the game, purple team just looking at trying. I guess that I'm not sure if they're trying to go and invade the enemy's red. I don't think they should. And blue team also giving a lot of mixed vibes. I don't know if they're gonna go for the red team's red or not.
Before we get any further, I'd like to know what time are you on, Vision?
I am actually on 120 right now. What time are you on?
Yeah, I think so. Same time. Lokesh, what time?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're quite a bit ahead. You need to come to wait 132, I guess 133. I'm on 134 right now. Okay, yeah, 143, 144, 145 is what I'm on. The blue buffs I'll let you. Yep.
Yeah.
151, 152. Yep. So now that we've got that out of the way, both junglers opting to start Gromp, the standard start when you're on the blue side of the jungle. And Jarvan, I think this Jarvan pick is smart in the top lane because he's probably the one person who can punish Ryze for the most for not having what do you call an escape. And what do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, so I think it really heavily favors Jarvan because Jarvan is the type of champion that you need to actually win lane with. You need to come out, you need to try and get more than even with against your lane opponent, and you need to kind of, if you can crush your lane, that's very good for Jarvan. He's going to be scaling very well into the late game. And also, yeah, it's kind of a perfect matchup for Jarvan because Ryze, as we know, is very squishy and very weak in the early level. So if Jarvan can somehow try and get an advantage with his EQ mobility and also his Cataclysm as level 6. I do believe he's taken Teleport while the Ryze has taken Ignite, so I guess a little bit of kill potential onto the Ryze's part, but we should have Pantheon having a lot of ganks up in top lane and trying to shut down Ryze at least for a good amount of time. So yeah, if Jarvan can actually do that, he can actually play a major role in this game and pretty much self-carry the team.
Bot lane. Right now.
Oh, meanwhile, on the bot lane, we do have engaged. The Ignite goes on to Misfortune, but she will flash out away. Very bad play by blue team over there. I mean, as you said earlier in Champ Select, the Misfortune will not have an escape, so she has to rely mainly on the Thresh Lantern for all her mispositioning plays. But, being mispositioned that early into the game and forcing a flash that early is not very good. And also mid lane, Ari getting the charm and going very aggressive on Diana. Diana forcing the flash away, and I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah, me either. I think it was pretty much Ari just landing the charm on an unsuspecting Diana, and then from there just Diana thinking she can trade with Ari. It happens early levels. You think you can trade with the opponent, and then it's close. But then people always, ignore in the mid lane. The one common mistake that most people make is they ignore the cooldowns of their opponent and they just, get out cooldowned, I suppose. Bot lane, I'm surprised Pantheon isn't going bot. But to be honest, I think not really. Actually, I take back what I said because Ryze is easier to shut down once. Even though Misfortune does not have her flash, so another Q from Morgana, assuming she can land it, would mean the death of Misfortune. I guess bot lane just being confident in their own ability to force trades and win them. Now that Misfortune's flash is down and Pantheon now going down towards the bot lane, perhaps to make something happen down there. With Misfortune not having her flash. But if you look at it, I'd say the one mistake that purple team should not make is go all in, like immediately start focusing Misfortune, because that Thresh Lantern is always just a free ticket out of there. CC the Thresh first, and then you can create opportunities for the Misfortune, considering she already does not have a flash. What do you think about? Who do you think Pantheon should focus once he gets into that bot lane, which you can see him moving into right now?
Well, it depends, because if you focus the Thresh, Thresh always has his play, so he can, try and get out of certain situations. I guess when in level 6 he will get that box, and I believe he's also taken exhaust. So yeah, focusing the Thresh will be a little hard, but consider if you compare Thresh and the Misfortune. Misfortune will be a lot squishier, and she doesn't have any mobility escape of her own except for that flash quick.
Bot lane
she
trading right
kind
now.
of, yeah, I don't think nothing much will be happening there. She'll just go out. Misfortune not having the enough damage in bot lane at the moment, even with the double door on. So yeah, as I was saying before, I guess, you know, Graves being a very bursty AD carry. So if they can probably land the Pantheon stun, land the snare, probably get a good collateral damage off using Graves, they could probably burst down the Misfortune faster. Or yeah, that would probably look to be the more preferable option other than focusing the Thresh.
Honestly, I feel what bot lane right now, for the red team should do is they should force the lantern out of Thresh, and Pantheon should be hovering somewhere to the side. And the moment the lantern comes out, they should bait. They should go in again on Misfortune. Actually, Pantheon sitting right on top of a ward. Rise very confident, and I'm assuming that his team has been notified of Pantheon's presence. Ari looking to roam top. Maybe something had happened from this, but Pantheon choosing to back off wisely because
now we probably might have a roam from bot lane and jungle over to the top, and Pantheon backing away. So they probably look like a mid is quite pushed up, but she'll be backing away. They could probably go for a gank. I'm not sure. Vi standing
she has
right on
the
top
ward.
of the
She has the ward.
Yeah, so both junglers standing on top of the wards. I mean, yeah, so a lot of what they could have done is they can over in top lane, Pantheon could have done a in brush gank if they can pull it off, because Jarvan does, even though he doesn't have much CC, but he does have a little bit CC. I mean, he does
we
have
look at
the
Pantheon
EQ,
going
and now
into the
top lane we do have the first gank top, Flash being used, Cataclysm being used by Warrior Iron beautifully. Pantheon will be taking up the kill with this spear, and yeah, just a simple clean gank over in top lane, forcing the Flash, using the Cataclysm after the Flash is done, and just yeah, a perfect kill over in top lane.
Yep, Pantheon going into the enemy team's, jungle right now, pretty confident in his movements, with Jarvan's backup and the lack of presence of Rise. But right now, both the top lane and the jungler looking to go mid lane. I don't think that's such a good idea considering she does have it warded, plus, her ult is still up. But Ari is just ignoring the wards, lack of presence maybe.
Ooh, and the charm does land on the warrior, and Ari spear rushing out of the EQ combination. Meanwhile, Vi is there, a level 5 Vi getting very low from the rates, as I'd like to say. So yeah, that was actually a good gank. Now they're gonna take Dragon. So yeah, very good movement play by the red team here. Getting the gank by pulling down 2 members, sorry, from red team to try and gank the Ahri in the mid. That did force her ulti, and now she can't really do anything since her ulti is gone. So that's a free dragon for blue team. I mean red team, sorry, uncontested. So yeah,
not even having the timer. Just no wards for blue team that spotted it out, and Thresh is notified of the lack of presence of dragon, but they don't have the timer for that. They will be notified when it does come up, but just okay. There's a DC from the purple team. The purple team, and that should be a pause. So this gives us a minute or two to break down what's happening right now. You see purple team with a very slight gold lead, approximately 800 gold. That's just purely about CS and CS, I guess. Looking at the mid lane, Diana winning in CS despite Ari being up a kill. Just the mechanics showing over the goal. Jarvan reconnecting, that should be an unpause. 30 seconds of time being used. And bot lane, as expected, Graves pretty much heavily out in favor over Misfortune, because once Misfortune, she blew her flash really early, and that's pretty much a very gating factor for her in terms of the amount of aggressiveness she can show in lane. Rise pushing up top, we got him. Okay, but that is a questionable use of teleport. What do you think?
Yeah, that was kind of a questionable use of teleport. I don't really think that he kind of needed it, I'd say, but does get the farm done, so it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, one thing I'd like to talk about is the items that Jarvan is building. He rushed a Giant's build and then got a pickaxe straight after that. So I don't know if he's trying to rush a Frozen Mallet or something, but he should be rushing a Triforce or something, or probably a Hex Drinker if he's having problems. and then probably build tank after that. So yeah, that
I think the pickaxe is towards the Hex Drinker, whereas the Giant's Belt is again a bit questionable because I don't. Would he be looking? What item builds MR from the Giant's Belt? I can't think of one. But I mean the pickaxe should be going towards the Hex Drinker. That would be the best choice, you know, just to have that additional level of safety added. Despite Rise being
meanwhile, we have two engages happening in both places in bot lane and mid lane, picking up the kill onto Ari. So yeah, just running you through that. Ari got a good charm off of Diana right there, but they had Pantheon walking in, and Ari just playing too aggressive, too greedy, thinking that she can trade at least 1-for-1 or get the kill onto Diana and hopefully Spirit Rush out, but that really didn't work in favor of her. Instead, she wasted her Ignite, wasted her Flash too, and Pantheon just came in, stunned, smited, and got the kill.
Well, that's pretty much over-aggression right there. That's why kids buy wards, and please don't get too over-aggressive, and especially when you're laning without even knowing where the enemy jungler last showed up. I believe that was just a direct gank from base, which at least if
she... the bot lane, we do have a small engage coming. Thresh using his ulti, Nani taken very low. Now we've got the ulti coming out by Misfortune there, Misfortune flashing, hitting a minion. I guess doesn't know who to focus at the moment, but we have Nani flashing, taking up the kill. Will this be a double kill? Barrier being used. StunXO very low. Will Misfortune get the other kill? No, StunXO going. The bind does land, and I guess they will go. Diana coming up and picking up the kill with their Q. Lunar Rush, I guess that's called. I'm not sure.
No,
wow,
that's
just
called,
a beautiful play.
That is not the Lunar Rush. Lunar Rush being her ultimate. That is the Crescent Strike, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Going on aggressive in the mid lane, forcing Ari to use her ult. But
Ari,
now
good trades happening in the mid lane. Ari taking almost all mana on that engage, and Diana actually getting a little bit tanky with that catalyst protractor. So yeah, good plays happening.
Yep, Jarvan up top, okay, he's out of mana. Oh, but Pantheon still choosing to go in. I think that's a tower dive, yep.
And will be a tower dive. Pantheon taking a little bit of damage, getting very low. Warrior not using his ulti yet. I don't know why. It was probably not having the mana. But here comes Vi over on the top lane, and she will clear out. And Rise escaping with just a slither of HP left.
I don't think that was worth blowing the whole Pantheon ultimate on. But then again, did Rise expend anything from that? No, pretty much I don't think that was worthwhile. But then again, you know, the Pantheon ultimate is on a pretty short cooldown. I mean, at this, probably a 2-minute cooldown, I guess. But bot lane, I would expect it to be more in favor of purple team. I guess they're just misplaying it a little bit. Graves should be a bit worried, but yeah, you know, just ashing out of that, pretty telegraphed. And now he can choose to go aggressive with Morgana's presence, lands the binding. And
yeah, so small exchanges happening in the bot lane, not too aggressive. I guess Graves and Misfortune respecting each other, but now we have Pantheon sitting in the bottom brush of the purple team. Purple team a bit too pushed up, so they're probably going to be looking for a lane reset. Blue team just playing a bit too passive.
Ari looking to roam bot, but that well-placed pink ward over there, blue, okay, Jarvan teleporting bot, right on top of a ward. I don't see much happening from this, but you never know. Rise can he push up that top turret? I don't think he'll have the minions to do so. He'd probably get it to half health maybe. Whereas bot lane, I guess they're looking for the tower dive. Jarvan, okay, no, baits the lantern, so that wasn't really worth it. Mid lane, you look at it, Diana's pushing, and she is a strong pusher, but she doesn't have her items completed yet. Just the Rod of Ages, but still, I mean, okay, no, Vi is showing up just to clear that out. Still bot lane looking at extended trades, and Rise pushing out top lane. This could be a turret up top if Red Team misplays this, and it does seem to be a turret for Rise, and this bad. This probably allows Rise to come back into the game. And he's not too far behind as well, just maybe 10 CS, but you know, Red Team not looking at that, looking at the, you know, the bigger picture, going for Dragon. They have their timer on that.
Indeed, and Blue Team just unaware of Dragon. This is just gonna put them in that goal, in that pit I was talking about. I mean, they're just
Would
gonna
you call
be
it the
building
Dragon
themselves.
pit?
I'd call that in a goat pit, I'd probably say. Just digging themselves into a hole and, you know, not being able to climb out of that. I mean, they're not even focusing on objectives at all besides towers. I mean, Jarvan was bot lane for a good 2 to 3 minutes and Rise getting that tower very low but not taking that turret. And also blue team just not contesting for any dragons at all. Ari getting stormed here. Diana going very aggressive and does take out Ari. Beautiful play. Beautiful snare, I'd say, by StunXTWO. I mean, you know, just when the tower is getting very low, he just puts a snare in, gets caught, and with the burst damage coming out of Rod of Ages, Diana just taking down Ari and a tower.
Pantheon
So
looking to
objective
all-god.
after objective.
Pantheon, but that was a wasted ultimate. I mean, well, they didn't have the wards to know that. Probably, but again, it's low enough cooldown to be used like that. Jarvan now looking to, hoping to get some pressure back up top, and he is a much better, you know, tower pusher than Rise. Clearly, obviously, because you know he's building AD, but Rise doing a good job of farming that entire wave.
Now Vi being a little bit too over aggressive and just gets bursted out by Graves. This is what I was talking to you before. I mean, they do have the Thrush Lantern for all that mobility, but once you're chain CC'd by this team, there's no getting out. I mean, the Morgana stun is just right now. Graves is so ahead. Graves and Pantheon are just so ahead, so just a Morgana stun gives them enough time to just burst down their target before the enemy opponent picking the Lantern. So just beautiful plays by the purple team already. I mean, taking all the objectives, getting their gold lead high, and we might also have a gank over in top lane by the Diana. Will they turret dive? I don't think so. Jarvan trying to push the lane as much as possible and hopefully pushes minions towards the turret. I mean, there is pingings going on. Rise looking unaware of this tower dive. Have his health potion, but here comes the minions. Here comes Diana. Cataclysm being used. Jarvan taking a lot of damage, going down very low, but also Rise taking down. Very good turret dive by the purple team, and you can just see the purple team playing as a team. I mean, the mid lane turret goes down. Diana roams bot, takes a turret, gets a kill, goes top, takes a turret and a kill, and you can just see the synergy between the laners.
Yep, that is true. Diana, I think that Diana finding Vi in the jungle if she gets
over in bot lane, Thresh getting engaged on the Graves comes with the burst damage, takes out Thresh. Now Misfortune looks like the new target. Stunner's Bro doesn't have his snare up yet, and Misfortune will get away.
Pantheon.
Yeah, bad plays happening after bad plays. There's nothing much you can say.
Yep, pretty much. You know, now it's already a 7k gold lead built up in just 18 minutes, just under 20 minutes, I'd say, whatever. But you know, I guess there's nothing much to say about this game. Blue team just losing their foot, both in, you know, pretty much falling over the cliff, I'd say, in pick and ban itself. And then just, you know, stumbling over a bunch of rocks.
But a good fake by Rise over on the mid lane. Ari coming with her Spirit Rush. Ignite just ticks. The Charmin does miss, and Diana just flashing away out to safety. So yeah, it was a good gank by Rise, but it's
Pantheon
just
and Morgana looking to go off of this. You know, Diana coming back, but Morgana missing her Q. I mean, there's
yeah. Now we have the Pantheon ultimate coming up. I don't know where he's gonna ult. He's trying to get near Ari. Ari does have her charm and her Orb of Deception, but they'll just disengage that fight. So another Pantheon ult wasted, I guess.
Well, I mean, they can afford this, let's be honest, at this point.
7k gold lead.
Yeah, but Pantheon just, you know, very lackluster ultimate this game. I guess the play calling is still a little shaky in purple team, but you know, whatever, they can afford this. They have almost you know, a 7k gold lead. Just a little shy of that. Next dragon up in 1 minute, just about a minute. Whereas 4 members of blue team looking towards bot lane, I guess. But they were spotted out by that board. You know, but I guess this is just blue team trying to prioritize dragon right now, making the good calls. You know, trying to force a kill and an objective through sheer numbers. But red team spotting them out, being quick to move. This could end badly, considering, okay, no, blue team has wards. Diana still flanking. Ari taking the lantern. Morgana going in right now.
Morgana coming in with the ultimate. Diana seeing the target. Graves just staying there. The collateral damage just being used. Sunpro will take down Vi, Graves will also take down Misfortune, and Thresh will fall to Pantheon. Now Ari getting the next target, double kill coming from Graves. Beautiful played by the red team. I mean, it was kind of a sloppy team fight, I'd say, but then, you know, red team is just so far ahead that they can afford to have sloppy engages like that and still come out on top.
But let's be honest, red team pretty much wants the sloppy team fight because Graves, you know, more people to target. They really don't. The sloppy team fight does work out pretty well for both teams, but you know, red team having the additional luxury of almost a 10k goal lead and the dragon timer. Dragon should be up in 14 seconds and Vi nowhere to be seen. I don't think she can make it in time, but Morgana just...
If Jarvan missing his EQ, he will go very low in the mid lane from that Misfortune, and both jungler and top lane are not quite getting that mid inner turret yet. But I guess another dragon coming out, and this will go for the purple team uncontested. Blue team just really into the slump right now. Score being 10-2 to 12, a 10k goal difference right now, or 9k, sorry, and blue team just falling behind.
I don't
very
know what
bad.
shit. I think they got the wrong pit. You were supposed to be in the dragon pit, not in the gold pit. But you know, blue team just opting for whatever they can afford right now. And you know, this should be the time where everybody on purple team hits their power spikes and looks to group. You know, bot turret, none of the turrets are really that low. Okay, mid lane and top lane have taken a considerable amount of damage. Jarvan just going up top to get that juicy farm. Looking at Graves' build, pretty standard, going for static, Shiv I guess next. Diana building Zonya's Hourglass. Normally, I mean, you'd see the Abyssal Scepter rush, considering this is double AP as well. I thought that she'd go for the Abyssal Scepter, but you know, she can afford that. She's quite ahead. 414 Diana, 127 farm. And bot lane, Graves confident in his ability to 1v2, but this could end badly for him if he gets caught out by the hook, and which is what Thresh is looking to do, but you know, wisely backing off, not knowing where Pantheon and Morgana. Okay, actually they knew the presence, but Rai is hovering in bot lane. I guess blue team is really trying to force a pick or two, but they're just not able to due to their you know, inferior vision right now. Jarvan just...
And over in the bot lane, we do have Thresh getting caught out, and he'll just get melted. That was just the jungler and the support alone. I mean, no help from the AD carry coming in. And still, now Aries looks like the new focus, or Diana going in very aggressive. And now the jungler Vi is the new focus. Pantheon stun coming in. Now Aries burst damage coming out, but not quite bursting down the Vi yet.
I think what happened there was Diana did not wait for the... So what
and
happened?
over the bot lane, we do have an tower dive coming in, sorry.
Oh, wow.
It was just Morgana tanking up the turret and the burst damage from Graves coming in. So, you know, at times like these, we should see a surrender vote coming out now. I mean, right, even with the late game scaling coming out from Rise and stuff, it's gonna really be hard for the blue team to come back from this. And purple team just knocking on the doors of the blue team now and actually winning. Now we have the first ulti coming down by Vi onto Nani, Cataclysm being used, Hook coming in from Thresh, heal being used by Nani, the exhaust does go down, and now Thresh is the new target. Warrior Ion trying to go in. We have the flash coming in by Papello. Will he land the charm? No, Nani doing a great job hiding.
Not even landing the charm?
Yeah, and now we have Thresh going down finally to the jungler. Rise coming in. The Misfortune ultimate also coming up. Flash is also being used. And now Misfortune trying to chase down a low purple team right now. But they don't mind. They're just going to go back into the brush and try and cap this one out. Both inhibitor turrets going down in the mid lane. And now Diana being very sloppy, getting caught out, takes a lot of damage. They're getting chased down. But now she goes aggressive and she goes down to Misfortune. The shutdown goal does been given, and now Warrior Ion, the only member left in purple team right now near the Nexus, and he's gonna try and do something, hopefully. But Vi going for her blue buff. Yeah, but Vi trying to go for her blue buff, and I guess he meets Warrior Ion there, and she's just gonna give that one away. I mean, already her base is being destroyed, and the blue buff kind of seems like a dream, if you ask me.
Yeah, it does. But no, Jarvan opting not take it. I guess he just didn't want to, you know, risk it. Even though we're looking at, you know, purple team having an almost 14k goal lead right now. 13.5k to be precise. And I think that Diana engage was, I mean, whatever Diana was doing in the mid lane was a little more sloppy than what it should have been, because she didn't even use her Zhonya's. I mean, remember, I mean, that song, I think I should link it to this Diana, but she should remember to use her actives. And, you know, all lanes pushing out for blue right now, especially bot lane, a pretty big wave building up. I guess you'd see that slow push out. Thresh missing the hook, but Pantheon going in.
We do have a
And
small
nothing.
engage, small team fight coming in from both teams taking a good amount of damage. But we do have the purple team missing one of their members, so I guess blue team is gonna be the one trying to disengage that fight. A 13k gold difference now, and this doesn't look good from the blue team alone. I don't even know why they're fighting this, but I guess, you know, the saying of never given up is being said right here. And purple team look to focus onto the bot inhibitor right now. Pantheon knocking on the doors, trying to clear out that minion wave. Here comes the bot lane from purple team. Just, I don't know what they're doing honestly right now. They probably want to clear out the wave and hopefully not give at least a single turret to the blue
Diana
team.
trying to go for Thresh, and should get this kill pretty much.
Yeah, she'll go down, but here comes the rest of purple team, and also here comes the jungler. Now, Misfortune's the new focus. She's going to go barrier being popped, but the jungler Pantheon goes low. And here comes Nani with the burst damage, collateral damage being used. The charm lands onto Nani. Nani taking a double kill. Will it be a triple? The Morgana ult being used. He will go down. Sorry, that's a double kill, and the other kill being taken by the support. And that's 2 double kills and a clear ace coming down from purple team. And here are the inhibitors that are probably going to be going down the mid and bot one. They can probably end the game right here if Jarvan was here, but no, he's just going to take out the last inner turret up in the top lane. And wow, this has just been a very good performance coming in by the blue team, a very dominating performance. I mean, they've basically been controlling this game. And yeah, we also have Morgana building the Mikhails and the Spell Thieves over as a support, but she doesn't really need it.
Yeah, Mikhail's just, you know, whatever works, I guess. At this point, whatever works in this one, let's be honest. Because that gold lead is that gold lead is insurmountable. This will be the 4th dragon, I guess, for the red team right now. And pretty much this game has been a very open and shut one from purple team's perspective. Bot lane, you can see a huge wave building up. Ari, okay, Misfortune going to clean that up. I guess, yeah, there's nothing much to talk about this game. So, what do you have for lunch? Let's be honest, man. It's pretty much done. I mean, it's just a matter of when purple team decides to group up, and when Jarvan decides to stop splitting, and then we'll probably see the game, you know, ending. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, yeah, blue team really kind of getting stomped on, but they, you know, haven't lost hope yet. I mean, still clearing out the waves, still trying to get every minion possible what they're getting. And here, I guess we finally see a Baron coming out by the purple team right now, finally plan on getting some objectives and hopefully ending this game. So yeah, they can actually take this Baron with ease, no problem. Pantheon ulting in just for the lulz, and he will ult right onto Baron, and that probably will go down to purple team. I don't see why not, and they're probably going to take this Baron and probably rush mid lane as they're supposed to. Baron has been slayed, so now
or, you know,
all they need to do...
Or they could go AFK for 20 minutes and give blue team a fighting chance. I mean, I don't know.
yeah, they could that, but that's highly unlikely.
I mean, that could happen too. But you never know. There could be a DC right now, and the 10 minutes.
And now we have Morgana coming in for ulting and taking the flash out of Ryze. Ryze with nothing, and that's just chain CC. GG Ryze. And now they're probably gonna go knock on the Nexus turret of the blue teams. They're kind of waiting, I don't know why, probably waiting for Pantheon to come up and probably push that top lane inhibitor turret, but they will take down the bottom inhibitor, and that'll just be more super minions being pushed in. So now it's time to probably knock on the Nexus turret of the blue team. I mean, oh, we have Diana going in very aggressive, does take down Audi, but she's very near the fountain, and here we have the Abai coming in, the Morgana spell shield taking up a lot of damage, and we have Graves right in the back pocket shooting, doing as much as he can. Warrior comes And here's what the collateral damage also being used by Graves does give the kill onto Misfortune. And now J4 using the Cataclysm, catching out 2 members of the purple team. A smite being used. Thresh will go down to Graves, and now Pantheon also 1v1ing the Rise taken down. And we also have a small fight coming in over on the near the mid lane inhibitor. Vi versus Diana. And I will pick up the kill, but that's GG. 36k to 57k,
That was worth,
6 to
man.
27. Purple
That was
team
worth.
just stopping.
That was worth. You know, Diana got the kill, lost the game. Worth. I mean, why got the kill, lost the game. That was worth. Let's be honest. But